What happens when a serene forest getaway turns into a chilling nightmare? Picture this: a group of friends, fueled by the thrill of the wild and the camaraderie that only a shared adventure can bring, decide to camp in a secluded forest. The air is ripe with the promise of untamed freedom, the forest's lush canopy a testament to nature's grandeur. Their laughter echoes through the towering trees, their spirits as high as the clear, cloudless sky above. But as the sun dips below the horizon and the forest is bathed in the eerie glow of the moon, a shiver of unease begins to creep in. It's subtle at first, a rustling of leaves when there's no wind, the feeling of eyes on them from the shadowy undergrowth. It's easy to dismiss, to chalk up to the overactive imagination that the wilderness can inspire. But the sense of being watched, it grows, insidious and relentless. Then comes the sabotage. A map, their lifeline to civilization, suddenly missing. A car, their escape route, inexplicably damaged. Panic sets in, a dreadful realization dawning on them. They're not alone in this vast forest. Someone or something is watching them, toying with them. The once jovial group is now riddled with tension and fear. The forest, once a symbol of unbridled freedom, now feels like a cage, their every move observed by unseen eyes. The sense of camaraderie is tainted by the gnawing dread, the laughter replaced by hushed whispers and anxious glances. As the night deepens, so does their terror. Every shadow seems menacing, every sound echoes with threat. The forest, once their playground, has become their prison. In the heart of the wilderness, where help is but a distant dream, they're at the mercy of the forest watcher. Just as the forest holds many secrets, it also hides many dangers. Imagine a road trip through a barren desert, with a relentless pursuer in your rearview mirror. Picture a couple, let's call them Jack and Sarah. They're young, adventurous, with a taste for the open road and the endless sky. One day, they decide on a whim to traverse the vast, desolate desert, a journey they believe would be an unforgettable escapade. As they drive into the heart of the barren landscape, an odd sense of trepidation sets in. A speck in the rearview mirror, a car seems to emerge from nowhere. At first, they laugh it off, thinking it's just another road tripper. But as the miles stretch on, the car remains, a constant presence, always there, no matter the speed, no matter the direction. A thrill of excitement slowly morphs into a chilling dread. The desert, once a symbol of freedom and adventure, now feels like an endless trap. The car behind them, its headlights relentless as a predator's gaze, seems to be hunting them, driving them further into the desert's desolate heart. The tension escalates, their hearts pounding in sync with the car's engine. The desert, once a beautiful vast expanse, now feels like an endless maze with no exit in sight. The relentless pursuer in their rearview mirror turns their dream road trip into a terrifying chase. Just when they feel the terror might consume them, a sandstorm whips up from nowhere. The world around them blurs into a whirlwind of sand and wind. They seize this chance, swerving off the road, driving into the storm, their car disappearing into the swirling sands. When the storm subsides, they look back and find their pursuer gone, swallowed by the desert. They continue their journey, the silence of the desert echoing their relief. Yet, the fear remains, a lingering shadow in their hearts. Sometimes the open road can feel like the most claustrophobic place in the world. What if the very walls of your secluded island home began whispering tales of dread? Imagine an acclaimed writer seeking solitude and tranquility, choosing an isolated island as a retreat. A place where the only sounds are the waves crashing against the rocky shoreline and the rustling of the leaves in the wind. But as the days turn into weeks, he begins to notice peculiar happenings. Objects seem to shift places when he's not looking. His favorite pen, once on the desk, now rests on the windowsill. A book, left open on page 50, is found closed and back on the shelf. Then come the voices. Unintelligible whispers, seeming to resonate from the very walls of the house. They grow louder when night falls, a chorus of hushed tones that drown the peaceful island sounds. He finds himself straining to understand, but the whispers remain just out of grasp, an eerie serenade of his solitary existence. As the whispers grow, so does his unease. He begins to question his sanity, caught in the throes of a terrifying quandary. Are these occurrences real or figments of an overactive imagination, fueled by the isolation and the eerie stillness of the island? He delves into the island's history, hoping to find some logical explanation. What he uncovers, though, is far from comforting. Tales of ancient rituals, ghostly inhabitants, and a curse that has plagued the island for centuries. The whispers, he realizes, are not mere figments of his imagination. They are echoes from the island's haunted past, reaching out from beyond the veil of reality. As the horrifying truth dawns upon him, he finds himself trapped in a chilling nightmare. The island, once a haven of peace, now a stage for a terrifying performance of spectral whispers and unsettling occurrences. In isolation, the line between reality and imagination blurs, often leading to a horrifying descent into madness. What do these stories tell us about the terror of being stalked? From the chilling tale of the Forest Watcher, to the unnerving journey of Desert Drive, and finally, the eerie narrative of Island Whispers, a common thread weaves these stories together: the sheer terror of being stalked. These narratives, as disparate as they may seem, all underscore a primal fear that resonates deep within us all. In The Forest Watcher, what starts off as a jovial camping trip among friends swiftly descends into a chilling game of cat and mouse. The terror lies not just in the pursuit, but in the unseen, the unknown that lurks in the shadows. The forest, once a haven of tranquility, becomes a nightmarish maze, with every rustling leaf and snapping twig amplifying the fear of being watched, being hunted. Next, we journey through the desolate expanses of Desert Drive. Here, a couple's road trip is transformed into a relentless chase, their sense of isolation heightened by the endless, barren landscape. The horror is not just in the pursuit, but in the suffocating solitude, the unsettling realization that there's nowhere to hide, nowhere to escape. Finally, in Island Whispers, an isolated writer grapples with disturbing occurrences that blur the line between reality and superstition. Here, the terror is not just in the inexplicable happenings, but in the creeping dread that comes with the sound of whispers in the wind, the feeling of unseen eyes watching, always watching. In each of these stories, the fear of being watched, pursued, and never truly alone transforms serene landscapes into haunting tableaus of terror. It's the psychological aspect of this fear that truly heightens the horror, the terrifying thought that we are never truly alone, that there might always be something or someone lurking just out of sight. In the end, it's not just the fear of being pursued that horrifies us, but the terrifying thought that we are never truly alone.